You know, after a hike, I'm always like super hungry. Me and my friends were talking on the hike. We're like, oh, let's go get some breakfast foods would be good. So we're thinking like, oh, we could go always check out this diner. I've never been. And we get there. The waiter was a character. He was just cracking jokes left and right. For context, when we first sat down, you know, typical thing, he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Here's the menus. Here's some water. Would you like anything else to drink? And all three of us were like, oh, let's just take a coffee, please. A few minutes later, he comes back with 3 coffee mugs. He sets them down. He like deadpan says to us, hey, so 2 of these are regular coffees and 1 of these are a decaf. Good luck figuring it out. I tell you that just to get a sense of his sense of humor. In my head, whenever I go to diners, I usually try to look for something like either an omelet or some sort of scramble, something with eggs, you know, and bacon and sausage, that kind of thing. But I was looking through the menu and all the omelets that they had, none of them really quite had what I was looking for. I looked down at the next section of the menu. They had this thing called mixes. It was like hashed potatoes, like eggs, however you want it, and a bunch of like toppings on top. So it's kind of like a big skillet plate, basically. They did have one. I think it was called the Country. Basically, it had ham, bacon, sausage, cheese, all the potatoes, eggs, however you want it. But they also covered it with a little country gravy, too. I could have probably done without the gravy, but I was like, oh, you know what? This is pretty close to what I wanted. I was like, let's go for this. But the one thing that did kind of stick out in my head was, I didn't know why, and I didn't really think about it, but that plate was about $7 to $8 more than every other option of mix that they had. So anyways, the waiter comes back after the coffee, and he's like, okay, so guys, what do you guys want to eat? And I tell him, hey, can I get the country mix, please? He looks at me, he's just like, all right, well, it's your funeral. I was like, what do you mean by that? Again, you know, thinking of the coffee incident, I was just kind of like, okay, I mean, he's just trying to be funny, I guess. So, you know, we're just kind of sitting there talking, having some coffee, and about like 15, 20 minutes later, he comes out with our plates. This was the plate. And I don't know if you can get a sense of the scale. That's the coffee mug in the background. It must have been 2 pounds of food. And he's just looking at me, he was laughing, he's like, I told you. I should have taken a picture after. I literally ate a quarter of this and I was done.